Hi guys, welcome to the Fourth Moment Weekly Roundup, and this is where you get your weekly dose of local football action. With me, as usual, Coach Andrew Pequeno.
Hey, Shamiel.
Andrew, you well rested after the Bayhill weekend or long weekend?
Yeah, it was a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a bit of the flu early in the week, recovering nicely. Hopefully, stayed away from training yesterday. So hopefully tonight at training, the guys will hear my voice again.
Yeah, we only had good comments from you, with your star interview performances there.
Yeah, I tried my best. Tried to keep everybody informed. I think we need to realize there are more things behind the scenes than just the players and the results and everything, Shama.
Yeah.
So that's all we tried to do was get into the heads of the coaches, try and figure out where they're going,
Yes.
and also to highlight our local footballers and referees and everybody that we interviewed. I thought a couple of highlights I just wanted to highlight. I thought my interview with Shway Walters brought out the goalkeeper training and how important that is, and that there is a lot of talent around South Africa at the moment, especially in the junior ranks. And also with Jerome Damon, I was very impressed with how the referee department is being run, how referees are being assessed, young referees coming through. So yeah, those are good things that we're looking forward to, Shamil.
Yeah, definitely. So I think we'll chat a bit about the battle later. All right?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, so obviously there was no matches or no matches took place last weekend in both the regional men's league and the ABC Motsepe. Because of the bail and the Easter weekend. Well, not because of the bail, because of the Easter weekend.
Easter weekend, yeah.
So we obviously today just going to look at the matches coming up this weekend. And thanks for you guys who've been watching our videos on YouTube, especially. We see there was quite a bit of interest on last week's show. Hopefully we can keep that going. And those of you that were watching and didn't subscribe, please hit that subscribe button. So you check out whenever a video comes out, you will be able to see it first. Okay, so we've got matches taking place this weekend on the third division, Andrew. Silver Spurs versus Clover. That's taking place apparently tonight, Thursday night at 7:30.
Should be a nice game. Clover normally very good at home. They picked up some nice away results. Silver Spurs has been doing well, Shamil. I think they only lost their last game against Goal 50. But before that, they went on a nice run. It should be a nice game.
Yeah. And then on Friday night action, we've got Ocean View up against Greenwood. That's Old Cape District derby. That's going to be a good one.
Ocean View need points. Need to get out of that little relegation zone thing. Greenwood, it's tough. I think they're just out of it. But they need to still carry on winning in case the top three drop points.
And then Premier United are hosting Good Hope Football Club. So Premier's been doing well of late.
Yeah.
They've got some good results. So have Good Hope.
Yeah, that's another nice game. I still think Premier at home. But, whenever I discount Good Hope, I come up with a result.
Definitely. And then we've got Saxon Rovers hosting Goal 50.
6-pointer. Goal 50 in the relegation zone. Saxon's just above it. Saxons need to win Shamiel tomorrow night. They're at home. They need to get the 3 points.
Matroosfontein on Saturday are hosting Giles Wani.
Nice game. That'll be a nice game at Ellsbury. I think get out there. I actually think, Shamiel, that game has been moved to tomorrow night at Ellsbury, yeah.
Okay.
So get out to Ellsbury tomorrow night. I think it'll be a nice, entertaining game. Both teams like to play football.
Antalya Spoor coming off their high of the Bayhill, playing up against Diadora.
Oh, tough one for Diadora. Away at Antalya Spoor Saturday afternoon. If they need to win the title, or if they want to win the title, they need to get those away results.
Well, they need to get all the results at the moment. Yeah. Trinitarians, talking about results, they're the other guys that's in the running there. Hosting Cape Town City. At,
match of the weekend.
Yeah, at Eitzig.
Yeah, second versus third.
Yeah.
Sure, Shamiel, nobody can afford to drop points, eh? And the unfortunate thing about it is one of them has to win and one of them has to lose, or it's a draw. Either way, somebody's going to drop points. Trini's at home are just tough to beat, Shamiel. I think they're on such a run. City coming down from a little bit of a disappointment at the Bayhill. And they know that if they want to win this third division, they have to win away.
Then we've got Wanderers hosting YMO. Yeah, probably. Well, I'm not sure how that's going to go.
YMO is like, I don't want to say it because it sounds corny, but they're like the yo-yo team. They win one, they lose one. They win one, they lose one. Wanderers at home is always tough, Shamiel.
Yeah, well, Wanderers, I think their last match they lost. Nah?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're both safe, to be honest.
Yeah. Then we've got double-header action in the third division
Sunday
this weekend. So Silver Spurs are hosting YMO on Sunday.
Tough to call.
It's 1 o'clock. It's an early kickoff. Yeah.
It's actually a little bit of a derby because there's quite a lot of ex-Silver Spurs players in that YMO squad. So it'll be a nice game.
Good Hope are hosting Matroosfontein. It's also going to be a tough game.
Tough game. Yeah. Roykrans. Sure.
Roykrans, yeah. Goal 50 on Sunday hosting Ocean View.
Goal 50 need the point, Shamiel. At home, they have to win all their remaining home games, I think, to be safe. They know they've got to beat Ocean View. Ocean View have a bit of a patchy away record. So it's a good chance for Goal 50, I think.
Then Diadora up against Prima. Tough game.
Hanover Park derby.
It's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, Diadora got a tough weekend, Shamiel.
Yeah, tough. Clover are hosting Saxon Rovers on Sunday.
Yo, tough for Saxons. That's why they need that 3 points against Goal 50 on Friday night. It's not going to get much at Clover.
And then Trinities are playing away to Wanderers on Sunday.
Wanderers, 2 home games.
Yep.
2 tough ones.
Tough ones, yeah.
Sure. Tough one for Trinities. Yeah. Like I said, if you've got to win the league, you've got to win those.
So Trinities, Diadora, Cape Town City, obviously all
tough games this weekend.
Games they have to win. Greenwood are hosting Jomo's Power on Sunday.
Jomo's got to travel from Atlantis. Yeah. Tough at solo, Shamiel. Tough at solo, that's all I've got to say. But then again, Jomo's are the team that always, when I say it's tough for them, they come out. So let's see.
And then Cape Town City on Tuesday night are hosting Antalya Sport.
Oh, that'll be a nice game. I think that'll be end to end. Both teams like to play a good brand of football. That'll be nice. Tuesday night, 7:30, Walter Park.
Okay, so that's sort of the results for the weekend.
Well, that's the fixtures for the weekend.
I mean, the fixtures.
Yeah, we're hoping to get the results on Monday. But listen, it's the top 3, Deodora, Trini, City. This weekend, I think, with doubleheader will define a channel. Yeah. Whoever gets 6 points is in the pound seats.
Yeah. If any of the top 3 get 6 points.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
ABC,
right. So we're going to look at fixtures. First fixture up is, well, we've got Vasco here against Junction. This must be on Saturday.
Saturday, 3 o'clock. Yeah, our last home game for us. Yeah, we know we need to win the 2 games. It's getting now to last chance saloon here. Yeah. And Zizwe just keep on going. So we're going out to win our last 2 games.
Can do is going in.
Yeah, it's going to be tough against Junction. They've had a very good season. Let's be honest. They're also pushing because if they win their remaining games, they could still end up in the top 4, top 5 in the stream. So it's going to be a tough one for us.
Is there any incentives for the teams that end in the top 4? So
no.
Nothing really?
Nothing. If you end up second, you get nothing. So all that hard work and you end up second in your stream, it's all next season you start again.
Diaz Leeds are hosting Cape Town Spurs. This is a must win.
Well, listen, Spurs are gone. They're both relegated.
Oh, they're both gone already?
Yeah. So, Diaz are obviously playing for pride and Spurs are playing for pride. Spurs obviously don't want to lose to Diaz. Yeah. And Diaz are obviously looking for some points. So it's going to be a nice game. It's a tough field. I've got to tell you, the field is bumpy. It's tough.
Is it?
Yeah.
If the Rangers are hosting Grassy Park, that's going to be... Normally that would be a tough game. This time of the season, I don't know.
I don't know. Who's got players left, eh?
Yeah.
I know a lot of teams are releasing players already. FN was safe after the last round of fixtures. Okay. Grassy Park, I think, will push till the end. I think they want to finish as high as possible. Good young players there as well. They're giving chances too.
And then the next match, the Young Bafana up against Hope Bay.
Yeah, listen, both teams are just comfortable mid-table. Yeah.
Ubuntu up against Crystal Palace.
Sure, Ubuntu, Bayhill champions, up against Palace. Palace have the last 4 or 5 games, they've drifted out to the top, the stream challenge. I think they might be a bit disappointed with all the work that they put in, investment and everything, because they were there in the top 2, top 3 for most of the first round. Ubuntu at home is always tough. I know that Ubuntu want to finish the season as high as possible as well.
And then Zizwe, top of the log, obviously, up against City Kings.
Yeah, listen, Zizwe at home haven't dropped many points at home. City Kings, I know, are playing for pride. I know that they will go out and give it 100%. It's going to be tough for them, but Coach Dylan is not the type of coach that goes into any games without trying to win it. Yeah. So it's not going to be easy for Zizwe, but yeah, it's going to be a tough one.
And then, so that's sort of it for Stream A. Yeah. And then Stream B fixtures there, we've got Royal Blues up against Marties.
Oh, Royal Blues. Yeah, they're in the top 4 there, Shamiel. They're doing well. Marties have won their last 2. It'll be a nice game.
And then Salem up against Seaside Spurs.
Yeah, Salem only get points at home. We said that, eh? Then it's going to be tough for Seaside. I'm sure Seaside want to win. Yeah. I think they want to be 100% sure. I still think they need about 3 points out of their last 2 to be clear out of the relegation zone.
Inventory School are hosting Nova Park.
One word, Inna. Inna.
Obviously, all probably HP win.
Inventory School is basically relegated. Inna.
In Pequeno Cosmos are hosting Oriented Birds. That's a tough game.
Yeah, tough game. Oriented Birds, yeah. I think Oriented Birds will try and fight. In Pequeno Cosmos is still in that relegation fight, Shamiel.
How is it?
So they need points. Their first year in the ABC.
Barcelona are hosting Ubuntu.
Yeah, that's it. Second bottom and third bottom.
That's a derby, right?
Yeah, whoever loses there, I think will be relegated with Inventory School.
Amar Soccer Academy hosting Santos.
Tough one for Santos going to Paul. Amar has also been in and around that top 4, top 5, Shamiel. I think it's going to be a tough one for Santos, but Santos are still believing that they can catch Hanover Park with their games in hand, hoping that Infantry School can do the world's biggest miracle. But listen, Santos needs 3 points anyway.
Cool. So that's sort of it. Just fixtures for the ABC and the third division. We are going to jump to the LFA action. Also, just fixtures, obviously.
Yeah. Listen, South Peninsula, things have been going good there. Shamiel, teams like Azuri, Lavendale got maximum points.
Okay.
So let's look at the fixtures for this weekend. On Saturday, we've got Atletico versus Lavender Hill at Roycross.
Okay.
Azuri versus Square Hill at Parkwood Sport Complex.
Yeah.
King David, a tough game, yeah. King David against Crusaders, that'll be a nice game. Crusaders back in the Premier Division at Roycross. Rainbow Chiefs versus Oasis.
Yeah.
Nice. Oasis also had a good start to the season. Steenberg United versus Good Hope, the two new teams there in the league at Solo. That'll be a nice game. Vrygrond versus Aerial Spurs, also at Roycross. It'll be a nice, tough game, that. And then Wanderers versus Eagle Wings. And because of the public holiday on Monday, Shamiel, there's some fixtures on Monday as well.
Oh, okay.
Monday the 28th, we got Aerial Spurs versus King David. Crusaders versus Steenberg. Eagle Wings, Rainbow Chiefs. That'll be a nice game. Good Hope, Atletico. Lavender Hill Wanderers. That's it. Guys, that's the game. Monday, Roycross, 3:30. Lavender Hill Wanderers. Every year, it's always a title decider and it's very tough, tight. That'll be a nice game.
Game 3, no?
Game week 3, and it's already thrown up that game. Oasis versus Azuri and Square Hill versus Vrygrond at Solo. So that's South Peninsula, Shamiel. Okay. Then we got, who we have here?
Yeah, let me jump to down the road at William Herbert. There,
great.
District. So Super League action taking place this weekend there. Ashford Athletic up against Montague Spurs. It's Ashford's first game of the season. They had a bye the first round. This is round 2 for Cape District. Montague Spurs getting, no, this is round 3 actually, I think. Anyway, Montague Spurs.
Round 2, yeah. But
anyway. Montague Spurs winning their first game. Okay, so that's Ashford versus Montague.
Last year's league winners against the new pretenders.
Claywood up against Wesley United.
Nice.
Grassy Park up against Oregon Spurs.
Nice game.
Ocean View up against Spenston. And Wolves up against Greenwood. And then we have Salt River on a bye. So obviously, I think that's a 11-team league. That's obviously one team on bye every week. And Salt River's on bye. And also, just while we're on that, the Super Sevens are taking place the weekend. Probably one of the reasons why Salt River Blackpool's on bye.
Yes.
So if you're out in the Salt River Blackpool area, Shelley Road, Salt River, go out and check out the Super Sevens, which is taking place from tomorrow, I think, till next week.
Yeah, that's Saturday till next week. So it'll be good. Get out there.
Saturday,
26th, yeah. Cool. Mitchell's playing LFA. We've got fixtures, for this weekend. They're also playing Saturday, Sunday as usual. Bayhill versus Woodlands. Woodlands have had a good start to the season, Shamiel. Yeah. Cedar Park versus Beacon City. That's always a nice game. Ikapa versus Beacon Spurs. Beacon Spurs also a good start to the season. Juventus versus Stantiff. Stantiff coming off a good performance in the Bayhill. Juventus 6 from 6. Good game. Lentegeur versus Seringa Spurs. Liverpool Portlands versus Colville, Shamiel. Okay. Another nice game. Rockefellers versus FC Tafelsucht. Now, Rockefellers, good young team. FC Tafelsucht, last year's league winners, Co-Cup finalists, will be a nice game. Westridge play Riverton, the new boys on the block. Tough baptism against Westridge. Then Sunday, some nice fixtures, Shamiel. Beacon City versus Lentegeur. Beacon Spurs versus Bayhill, that'll be a nice game. FC Tafelsucht versus Juventus. Now, I anticipate both teams to have 9 points going into Sunday's game, Shamiel. Beautiful game. Juventus also apparently strengthened their squad, also going for the league this year. Okay. Tough one for Tafelsucht. Colville versus Cedar Park. Riverton versus Liverpool Portlands. Seringa Spurs versus Ikapa. Stantiff. Tough weekend. Juventus Saturday, Westridge Sunday.
Jesus.
So good luck to Stantiff. And Woodlands versus Rockefellers. Again, very nice game this weekend. So Mitchell's Plains is a place to be Saturday, Sunday, Shamiel.
Okay, Northerns, a lot of action happening in Northerns again, obviously. So Bellstar up against Kalksteenfontein, that's the Saturday. Also, Eastern Rovers hosting Bellhouse Spurs.
Nice game.
Ravensmead up against Bellville United. Trinis up against Bishop Lavis. Bishop Lavis doing well at the moment.
Yeah.
I think they played 2 games already, which I think they've won. United up against Blue Down Spurs and Valhalla up against UWC. So that's the Northerns.
That'll be nice games
so
this weekend.
Northerns guys also comment on our Facebook page.
Tableview Wegersdal, Shamiel, top game. Tough one for Wegersdal away at Tableview. Tableview always do well at home. Vasco da Gama versus Edgemead. That's the place to be Friday night, 8:30 Para Park. Shamiel, the two league contenders, I reckon.
Yeah,
Edgemead is strengthened. Yeah, Edgemead is strengthened. Vasco also got a decent squad. UCT Bodersig also Friday night, 8:30. Should be a nice game. Saturday fixtures. Garden Village, FN Rangers. Derby. It's always no love lost between those two teams. That should be a nice game. FN will use a lot of their Bayhill players. JMI, Wynberg, St. John's, Norway Parks, Hanover Park, and Saxon Rovers, Fishhook. That's a triple header there at Royal Road, Shamiel.
Okay.
Should be a nice, you get 3 games for 1. You don't have to pay entrance. Should be nice games. Budazig, Vasco, Monday. Now we move to Monday fixes. Budazig, Vasco. Tough one for Budazig and Vasco. I think both teams normally, they bring up their A game when they play each other. Yeah. Edgemead, JMI. I think Edgemead have too many guns.
I think so.
Garden Village, UCT, that'll be a nice game. Nice baptism of fire for UCT in the league, going to Garden Village.
Spaces there that Garden Village.
Yeah, very tight, right there next to the trees there. Hanover Park, Saxons. Now, normally that'll be a decent game. I think both teams missing players. Yes. Hanover Park, ABC, Saxon Rovers, 3rd Division. Should be a nice game anyway. I still back Hanover Park. Rackersdal, going to Tableview Saturday, going to Fishhook. Sorry, Tableview Friday night, going to Fishhook Monday.
Traveling a lot.
Yeah, not easy at Fishhook, eh? Yo. And then Tableview, Durbanville. Tableview got 2 tough home games. Yeah. Friday night against Rackersdal, Durbanville Monday. Durbanville are gonna, I think top 3, top 4 contenders this year. Wynberg, Norway Parks. Wynberg Sports Club, 3:45 Monday. It'll be a place to be. It's always nice and festive at Wynberg Sports Club. Get out there, watch the game. It should be a nice game. So that's Cape Town Tigerberg, Shamiel.
Cool.
Nice.
I think, is that done? Are we done?
That's done. We'll only look at the log later, after 4 or 5 games.
So I think what's left to talk about is the Bayhill.
Yes.
Right. So let's give us your overall synopsis of the Bayhill, football-wise.
Football-wise, I thought we had some decent upcountry teams this year. Yeah. I think the PSL teams like Sundowns and Amazulu played decent football. Very nice team, very good youngsters there. I think Randburg with a surprise package. Yeah. Coming down, everybody sort of written them off after the first game and the second game. And when we spoke to their coach, he did indicate that they learning some lessons on how to play the Bayhill. Yeah. To be a bit more direct and a bit more physical than they thought it would be. And that got them into the final, Sam. And they did very well to get there. We can't say that it was luck or anything, because they deserved it.
They had to change the way they were playing.
They adapted, yeah.
Because I think they're so used to playing in the GDL and
Correct.
so on. They think it's sort of the top.
Yeah.
And now they come across this opposition.
Yeah. And also the time, Shamiel. People forget it's not a normal 45-minute game. No, yeah. So 30 minutes aside, you need to get goals. You need to be more direct. So they worked it out. I thought Safa Cape Town did very well to reach the semi-finals. They looked a bit iffy in the first game. And then Shamiel, the big shocks, Cape Town Spurs, being knocked out. I didn't think they had a good tournament, to be honest. They didn't look like they were contenders from the beginning. Cape Town City, losing in the semi-final to Ubuntu. Yeah. And that's the story we need to actually talk about.
But how was that game, man?
Very good game. End to end. The end, it was anybody. City were coming, but Ubuntu held out. I thought the story of the Bayhill was Ubuntu, Shamiel. Every year, everybody talks about Ubuntu, and every year. This year, they sort of came in under the radar. People were looking at Sundowns, at City, Stellies even had a disappointing tournament. Stellies was another one. And they were forgetting about Ubuntu and the quality of the Ubuntu boys. And I still feel that for the core of their team, playing ABC this year, being still very young, they had 3 15-year-olds play the final. Yeah. It was exceptional. I think we don't really appreciate the work it gets put into that academy and bringing out the quality of players they have. Yes, they get to pick the boys at a younger age, but that ethos comes through and it's not just about football. So congratulations to them. I think on the field of play, they definitely deserve to win a Shamiel.
Yeah. And then of the local teams that did well.
Yes, Valhalla. I think the support that they had, they came against Sundowns. I was getting goosebumps when they scored. The crowd was loud, it was big. And we missed that. I think we missed the community support in the Bayhill.
And the first game that they played, so the stands are split into 3.
Yes.
The middle section is sort of like VIP section
and media
and stuff like that. And the other, if you're there, you know what I'm talking about. But that first section on the left, it was just Valhalla support.
Yeah, just Valhalla.
The stand was too small.
This was. And they went around the grass embankments for the Sundowns game. So, when they scored and took the lead, the crowd went mad. It was like Erica Park exploded. Yeah. I think, to me, the best LFA team was FN Rangers. I think just on their performance on the field, they were unlucky to hit Ubuntu in the quarters, losing on penalties. That also went to sudden death. Could have been either one, but FN Rangers looked very good and shows you the hard work that's being put in there. So there were a couple nice. I think Stanturf and Talyaspor did very well, beating Stanturf in the plate final. I think both teams did very well to get there as well. So I saw some nice talented boys, even in the teams that didn't make it into the semi-finals and finals. So yeah, listen, the questions people always ask me is, should there be more community clubs? And always we say yes. And some of the academies that come from Namibia or wherever they come from, they aren't at the same level as some of our community clubs. But that's the Bayhill is an invitational tournament. Besides the 12 community
Teams
clubs that qualify, the rest
yeah.
is invitational. So listen, I still think it's still well run. It's still well organized. It's still the top tournament, under 19 tournament in the country. And yeah, listen, well done, Ubuntu.
Yeah, well done, Ubuntu. Well done to all the teams that played, and obviously well done to Rayan Ali and his LOC team.
Yeah,
for putting the tournament together again and delivering a spectacular show. And yeah, able to provide us with football that we can enjoy.
Yeah, and I think speaking to the people around the field, a lot of people, their Easter is Bayhill. That's it.
Yeah.
Yes, the crowd on Monday at Athlone was a bit of a disappointment, but I'm sure the LOC will look into it and come up with ways to improve it. But at the end of the day, Shamiel.
But that's also, I mean, this is the second year that it's there, the third year?
I think it's a third year. I think that Grassy Park Spurs final, I think, was the first year.
Yeah.
That Grassy Park won
so
2 years ago.
So it's the first time now that the crowd wasn't that much at Athlone.
Yeah, I think last year it was full. I think with FN Rangers in the final, they filled up the one stand. Spurs.
But that's just one thing. If the local team is in,
we
know Ubuntu's a local team, but it's academy. They're going to get more support from the community.
And
I hope that they make it to the.
Yeah, and I think like I said, the LOC will look into it. They'll find a way.
Yeah. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay, what's happening this weekend?
Sorry, we got to talk about the Twinnies.
Oh yeah.
Congratulations to Spurs who beat Wolves in the Twinnies under 14 tournament. So congratulations to them. I think Wolves. I think they won the Strandfontein.
I was going to say that Wolves team.
Oh, that under 14 team is quality.
Team together. Yeah. They seem there's something cooking there. That under 14 team.
Yeah, no, don't be surprised if you see some of them in Spurs colours next couple of weeks. But listen, big ups to Wolves. They're doing amazing work there by the looks of things. And in Spurs again, I think they make that tournament their own. They always target that tournament as a win. And I believe it was very well supported, also very well organized.
Well, so couldn't get in there the Saturday.
Couldn't get in there. No parking, nothing. So big ups to everybody and big ups to the Twinnies LOC for organizing that.
Yeah. Is that all?
That's it.
Okay, so then we have the Salt River Super 7 starting on Saturday. Right? Until next week, Thursday?
Yes.
I think so. And then, is there any other tournaments taking place?
Not that I'm aware.
No? Okay. So that's it from us. We're going to say big up thanks to Pequeno. Before we go, also, please like and subscribe on all our platforms. We got some very nice, warm love from you guys doing the Bayhill coverage. Please make sure that continues.
Yep.
And if there's anything we can do to make sure that happens, let us know. And before we go, big thanks to Pequeno, our apparel sponsor, also London Visuals, who do our video editing now, and who was at the tournament with us at the Bayhill. And until next week, cheers.
Cheers.